Yeah, say you can Manchester City story. Now, me the soccer see between they are free. Their performance in the UCL and our face to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola, Binumbeka say the Pep. Nankasa de onko football encyclopedia ba ye kasa insensem wo na the city de we are dem initiative for so ye de picks ne be den e be ka ho na fe over the weekend o man kakra de ato mo botom e greens ne be so Saturday ba boss ade ba ko e be kan about Manchester City from Ashasi you know na fe de abari ye niama atifo ati say going into the game against Chelsea they have to be careful so we City fan our koma de Mr. Ofatu fi na kohwe ball no and we first question ye mfa nto ase Manchester City a team bia all of a sudden from 2016 they say na me no ka say no omaba be claim the status of a bigger club and not because of only the money e ka sikan ko a me always we be ka say City became City because of money. I agree. Sika e ya ade nyina yi but your teams are more City sika ni bi but they are not yet you see untimi from some elite club make ma Paris Saint-Germain Onyanji UCL and wildest dreams so beji or Gia you bet my body did that City agija to so agiji bia to so fie enu dey say league
City so league no obeje to
omu mienu o hwe omu honest na ase sika ho but o hwe Manchester City story na omu baaye no e be hybrid with abrofo no so the passion to win you know administrative level no City be nya abrofo mu so mu ye dey boaye and you know with the Spaniard being Pep Guardiola by Manchester City from 2016 no stories be City club no abesesa Manchester City form ebesesa ye we are talking about one club na nko di answer me brew relegation they were never one of the best in the English Premier League but all of a sudden omo records bia ebuye drew for the club and now they can boast of legacy as we speak. Even though coach now Oyemo is still alive, he is there but they are struggling. But City now as we speak, the biggest title winning margin in 19 points City na ye. Me decline no. Diamanaba. City cry and make say aje 4 EPL titles in a row. Guardiola arrived in 2016 no. The English pundits were calling him that no work here. We are talking about arguably the best league in the world, which is the English Premier League. But Manchester City with Guardiola fusion with money no it's me Brahma why records be no my at home. The most goals scored in the EPL season 2017-2018 is our record almost 106 goals in the season. And then you see they were able to achieve their wildest dream of the UCL going into the final. Emma Chelsea the pedigree na your squad na your pedigree tactician to hell then Jeffrey Manchester City in sim all of a sudden the rock is grinding. All of a sudden, City and you know one thing we City love now as a football fan, you have to understand say team be say or winning and they get used to winning. Their biggest fear is they don't get content. The moment they feel like okay, you're rich, you know, or feel what they did and how valuable squad are no mukuta. So they think winning is easy. So they start to feel proud. And nyema bi omu ye nti na Manchester City who Guardiola ni e ba be run new season mo sama auto player ba ko pe Savinho. Even though now one key player a World Cup winner from in the person of Julian Alvarez leave you know Guardiola kasa ya see if say it won't hurt the club in but football pundits can say it was a big move, arrogant move from City not to go into the market to get players. They brought Savio, a youngster. I'm calling him a youngster because he's mature. And I'll prove him I say even the start of this season now City abrabesi no. Omuye pre-season because of the international tournament course now Rodri available. He was injured. 1 year pre-season. Ruben Diaz was not available. John Stones was not available. Kevin De Bruyne was not available. These are the key pivotal players for Guardiola and his success. No, but they were not available. Season awarded Champions League. Omaye who said John Stones can play as a midfield about 3-2-4-1. They dominated even Real Madrid, the Royals of the Champions League, to win it. Now we start a new season. One koto player. Or call pre-season me who bi Guardiola boy my beti say Abranti and Didi Oscar Bob, the youngster from the academy of an opportunity. Because he was very creative. That guy City Abonabasu san. His time to shine. I know. One koto player. They felt reluctant. They felt content. Say squad na yekitano we are a winning side and so we will win no matter what. But football evolve to the point say your opponent will steady you, your opponent will find panaceas and solutions to your tactics, and they will be an antidote to you, and your own tactics will come back and hunt you. It been a Manchester City story, no. Until me no say Oscar Bob ye starting season now do prior ACL no koye. Now Guardiola had to do something. In doing something, no, we are talking about player Bakwa or your key to the point saying the ball retention rate. Arguably the best player, he's the Ballon d'Or winner. With facts, Rodri.
Yeah.
Ball retention rate 70.3. Up that, Bemoati say Manchester City lose ball bia. Less than 2 minutes, you will find a branch and Didi Rodri, no matter where they lost the ball, even in their defensive yard or even in the attacking yard and not saying the midfield area, Rodri will be there just to fight for the ball. He's energetic. Rodri is that machine. Ocean dressing crowd to say Rodri is in to just do the dirty work. This is Rodri. How key is Rodri for the side? We are talking about the pivotal player. What ball matches in Manchester City, yes. Guardiola systems even from FC Barcelona had someone better than Rodri. It was who? Sergio Busquets. Now Busquets was profile bia or more pace. But Busquets was a player even with the slow pace, ball retention. Keeping the ball to his feet was his biggest asset. So Sergio Busquets was a ball winner for that Pep team. What about team my friend say Bayern or my betia say no matter how obebo ni fullbacks beko anim no ohia obi a obey say adwuma na ma no e ma ye be hu midfielders we saw Thiago Alcantara ofa free honoma Zabi and me Guardiola to the point say even at Manchester City obeto Yaya Toure obeto Fernandinho. Aside that almost falling out no and all of us saw the exploit and how good Rodri Trace was. Emma Rodri ababe the Ballon d'Or. In a season that was started without Rodri, no. This season, Manchester City 32% loss rate this season so far. 32. Unrealistic. This is not the Pep Guardiola we know. And it has been poor and poor. Ubadun said they'll find a solution. But me, I'll always say the best coaches go back to the drawing board. Look at their squad. You are not a magician. Sometimes the squad need lucky some key players are over to mount the whole season. Now that no nightmare. Okay. And City are facing it. Yeah, but Manchester City, Niaka said they are one of the best clubs in the last decade. Now so bad for them. Manchester City is one of the clubs. They are on top of this list. A very bad list. The most goals conceded by top 5 league sides. Manchester City in that top. From the start of November, na Heidenheim team no din kura boarding from German Bundesliga. Now the teams now list no more. Heidenheim, Hoffenheim, Hellas Verona, Real Betis, Stade Brestois. To say wait, teams are they almost squad level upon Drew City. But they concede more goals. City now this squad is in that list because they are lacking some pivotal things. Yamfan free honum. After Manchester City defeat against Juventus in the UCL, when you start to see the cracks in the team, players no money. Even during the post matches, the players pour out their frustration, which is unlikely of the Pep Guardiola winning team that we saw. Because after that Juventus defeat, and our branch and he didn't Gundogan Bekachile say they played like kids. And the man said the Germans they are outspoken. And what the Alexander Zverev story in here about Omubu Novak Djokovic, how he stood up, that it's a very bad thing that they did. Gundogan Koye Barcelona Barona Araujo. Oh, the red card. Emma Ebeye, they say, Ade La Masia boy there. Then say Gundogan Okasa, you have to know how to, massage the situation. Gundogan that was Sanko. No back no. After their defeat against Juve, Okoye the same thing. Say they played very bad. Guardiola Obeko post match. No Okoye to say it was a mistake. It was a mistake. It tells you that something is happening. After their defeat against Manchester United, another crack clear. Bernardo Silva Okoye interview catch say Manchester City played like U15. A whole Manchester City with Pep Guardiola as their brain. Now players now shall see a G2 say they played like U15. It tells you that psychologically something is wrong because Manchester City one side whenever they are playing one say but they are playing well, so why is this going on? They are not playing well. Psychologically they are off. Psychologically City is off. And one thing Manchester City had the second problem quality in decline. the decline in the quality of Manchester City is too bad. We are talking about Guardiola. Now, Brabo Munobeka said he gets big players executing the systematic play into your top player now, no matter how flamboyant you are, he tried to let you understand under Guardiola you play to a system. That's why football revolutionary. I bet you say Jack Grealish not a flamboyant or Aston Villa because he's that guy. Coach is no training session. Obiani dan so say obet dribble a points am Aston Villa. But obedru City no. Yeah, catch and say Bema. Has a dribble ba kwa De Bruyne na me finfi we say pass man. Has a dribble you know. There's a certain Ellen Brot Haaland, the robot goal scorer who scores, so give him the pass. But we are talking about Manchester City are going into a season. Okuta Branty and he did Jeremy Doku. What about 2 seasons? Our win son for Manchester City. What about 44 matches? Doku as 6 goals for Manchester City.
Well, before you continue, Ocean Aquaba, Ocean joining on the line so that the T4 will say Ocean so to we are Ocean at a point. Ocean Aquaba.
Yeah,
good. You will more shortly. Why? All right.
Sure. Me too also know. You see the decline in the quality of Pep side here. Because we are one side that they could boost off a Premier League winner. No free Leicester City, the King Power Stadium, the person of Riyad Mahrez. Or winger. All those City were playing with a systematic play. Riyad Betma boost of double figures in a season. But Doku about 2 seasons, 44 matches. Was a 6 goals for Manchester City. Ultimate fanim compare Raheem Sterling on your year no. Ultimate fanim to Riyad Mahrez wing play no beboma Pep no. So there's a decline in quality. We are talking about what the Afano Savio. Na brabo mina from Anderlecht, no copy more Girona. Abranti and Bedru, you know. He's one guy, stating the systematic play. Savio, this season 18 games in the EPL, 1 goal, 5 assists. This is too symbolic. There's a decline in quality at Manchester City. So what will you do as a coach? This is Manchester City side. The best player in the EPL. You started season now, Bonkers. Phil Foden. Their game against Ipswich now we are no ball goes. Phil Foden swire off. Bernardo Silva, everyone calls him the unlocking tool for Pep Guardiola. Anytime a team no better in the piano, it is either he is coming from the bench to perform a miracle. Now Bernardo Silva no post start, you know, frustrated crouching players nankasa. So psychologically, Sanya Omukano say a sound mind rests in a sound body, no. And that sound mind will have to produce Sanya Beya, the body will work. But Manchester City is off. We are talking about leadership at City as a big problem. I watched Manchester City against Paris Saint-Germain midweek in the UCL. Me the UCL story neighbor has no. Me who Abranti and Didi Kevin De Bruyne. The reason why Manchester City will never vote him as the first team captain. And on my documentaries, I watched their documentary on Netflix. And players ni na kase Oyobia nakuma ebeno. Guardiola mu inajitum. Say Kevin De Bruyne ade nakuma ebeno. So he can't lead the squad on the pitch. Every time you are say KDB ebo captain ambando, it is either a key player like Gundo is not around and I say players be ho empty no boss captain number temporary. But they will never vote for him as the main and he knows it.
Onye leader,
he knows it. Psychologically or break it down too early. Edu maybe pony a strength on their big games be anu pra. Psychologically he goes off sometimes. This is KDB. City a struggler in the Champions League tire. Crucial. So much point from Paris Saint-Germain. Check both squads. Manchester City bought a midfield of all the 3 players are above 30 years. Mateo Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. For compare Paris Saint-Germain for midfield, no João Neves, a youngster who is coming in. Warren Zion Emery, a youngster who is coming in. We are talking about these players are energy on the BT City. You see how City lost some things. We are talking about the leader being KDB on the day. 2 passes. Matheus Nunes. I mean, if Nunes from Wolverhampton Wanderers, say box to box midfielder or a midfielder kike. Or player Jumano. Or both short passes. Matheus Nunes in your player now because say he will give you a Pogba-like pass. A Xavi or Modric pass or a destroyer. But City wants Serena Kyle Walker is going to Italy. Yeah, the Matheus Nunes now right back. In a game against PSG, you a true key pass. No, you don't expect a midfield, an average midfielder, someone cover right back. No more passes to say Trent Alexander-Arnold. No more passes to say be a Dani Alves in his prime. But it was Matheus Nunes on the right back. Yensha Adibu say on your ball, you could see KDB calling for the pass number, and me. as a tactician on the bench in Pono, make sense. I share screen. I saw. Senanke saw the pass near the bench. But Branch now, and you can't blame him. Tactically, technically, Matthias to know so needs our brains. No, this is football, and we have to be factual. What I saw, the demeanor from KDB shouting at the guy. So, or captain say what the player send shock waves to the brain. This same KDB also frustration in the 34th minutes. No, even against PSG, any pass. Guy no overlap you also ball pass no KDB in the game against PSG MSC 6 accurate passes.
Correct.
I call them accurate because the pass no choir and very dangerous and defense splitting passes but Kevin De Bruyne ayenim no ebo pass ne bia na coach throw Matthias Nunes pass on free Kevin De Bruyne do 10 against PSG. So psychologically the side is going down and what will you do? The Pep's tactical flaws. Now the brain Pep Guardiola, the man who on your screen, no, I catch him say, I grew up in Barcelona, played for the team, and I destroyed football. Just obey your coach, I bet destroy football. I agree. Oka tiki taka, obeka tactical play, the possession game, people thinks that Pep Guardiola revolutionary na the buy. Mean dispute to say be a fact. But I'm person me say this is the same coach. When one tactics are coming back to hurt him to the point say Manchester City this season say one of their key problems is a poor box defending. Poor box defending. They conceded against Brighton and Hove Albion 2 goals from their 18-yard box. So the moment your defense lacks concentration, focus, and the a team like Andoni Raiola's Bournemouth ebe penetrating City. Now or City. And then Gundogan Beka Sembia Mwata say the City bobola. Se pass bia question they can't defend. Because the Manchester City we saw all of a sudden, Bob this is Manchester City. It's Pep Guardiola tactically bankrupt. Yes, tactically, Papa no flaws are boom. And one thing is that this is the English Premier League. Selkoshe City bencha. Their game against Sporting CP. Young Koshe timer. Team my friend says Sporting CP. Ebese Manchester City. Eye Emra wo ye key players be free. Munodi academy graduate be the same McCarthy, Nick O'Reilly, Rico Lewis mobile game. And you know, or started that Sporting CP game with Jamal Samson Puse. It is because City feels like they are there. They have to dominate. They are there. They have to like winning a bear for a moment. Haaland, the old boy, yeah, baby, or then who can be a goal. So they think football is easy. No, you had key players like Rodri, they were doing a pivotal job. You had key players like Riyad Mahrez, they were doing a pivotal job. Without these key players, now can rely on academy graduate, a centre back in the person of Jamal Puse against a rising star in the person of Victor Gyökeres of Sporting CP under Ruben Amorim. Sa game no, say City winning a crank of football in Kanokre. Because until first our lineup no, enko say Sporting CP. A bit disrespect to football.
Wow.
So Guardiola to me sometimes feel complacent. And
the complacency
and the feeling of winning and what they did to achieve such feat. What will you do as a coach? We are talking about Guardiola. About psychological part now. Yenia no mobile EPO gamer. After BBR post match, you be saying, I don't know what it is. Moja.
Also,
give no pressure na myself. And the fallout of these things, no. Adeba kwa American one say, so a bema mesro. Tisa part we, my man so muntie.
Hey.
The psychological part of the game is very, very important. Since you open a nipa no there's a psychological part to it. So since you know when you are train now no ground you quite me chew. Boss me boy.
Yes.
We are talking about Manchester City.
To make your point,
Manchester City are on passing through all this. Yaba betis on any year after 30 years they are breaking up. After 30 years they are going down. This is the power of woman. May come here say Obadia psychologically because when the sound mind rests in the sound body, that's a Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. And Obeka say, Sportszlatan asema okay. How can omu coach in marital affairs and yama coach one fear ever affect your whole playing body? sa coach we necessary or motivate unravelled Haaland. Sa coach we necessary or catch Kevin De Bruyne say we have something to protect. Sa coach we necessary or catch Kyle Walker say this and that. Sa coach we necessary or Ortega Tia say you have to do well. But we saw them after a defeat how he walked and talked toward Ortega. No, you could see psychologically Pep is not sound, and I'm saying this because some say in football, Kepa Arrizabalaga. The most expensive goalkeeper we find. I think Arrizabalaga or from in Chelsea. Girlfriend now or Baba.
Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel or Paris Saint-Germain the same thing until Obadie. Omu humba unyewa nka Job. Bonsam eden nsaka no. Nko onya na ere ho. Empa Job bonsam Bible kan. Bible say ye nyankopon ma ho kwan ma bonsam de nsaka Job bibia na yete se ode nsaka na ere. Enya na ere no kwan ka se san dom nyankopon no. Na se bonsam na da ne partner oni bonsam o. Osuru bonsam kura turo ma. Nti be ma de. Ese osuru ba. Onfani sanka oba no. So and one thing I'm person me this e wa ne say. Osan wo ska oba bi beja obetimi the sky bibia yi. We are talking about Manchester City. Crisis where Koswa to the point say we market no so. Akwakofa Abdukov Kusnov. He is the best player French League 1. Mumianko check 24th November. Omube post be French League 1 Twitter page. He was the best player in terms of aerial duels.
You better share the players. Timamenko bisa Ocean so what it thinks has caused the decline. And whether they can qualify in the Champions League. Was na OTS players ni mo to be call na yaba players ni mo wakoko form abano how almost so you know quality omo deba because we know the quality of City and the players omo sell omo tiko mako form amujuma aba ye hwede omo deba ni ade oh David eko Zlatan tisim ni enko
no twaso no sa Kusnov no mako fan so ye City fan won't ni din da Uzbekistan you know or one of the best center backs Oko France League now they raise him higher omo say he's a gem and omo ensure dey be City better player even unravelled Haaland season om koto no before season be end na na yete say akwa ne ba ampa obi antinyo o man compete na branch na ba cool and Haaland is a machine for them. Wababe ye bibia in the first season omo je treble. We are talking about Kusunova obi antini din. One to say Chelsea mu ko battle here. One to say Bia United mu ko battle here and I'm saying it because Manchester City eba scout na lately all you money na eba ye no omo de omo benya abrofo omo ti game na say and omo blend so City is not only round on money. A round on money and kasika PSG wono. And command this trophy be was so but they are still struggling so because they don't understand which money is but the brains to do it.
Ideas in your
PSG season be on to miss squad.
I've now Luis Enrique is almost a Sambi. You are going without big names. They are going without stars. One sporting director Tana say BBA almost say there. One more call with young boys who are good. Enrique
need to wada kroni abon situ. PSG one sem dey kan. Yen sha debu say Saudi Kusunov ne to nchen. We are talking about U21, the best center back in the Brasileiro A in 2024. A Brenton Didi Victor Rice and Rice Make a Rice no answer now. Give credit to Abranti and did it in victory. Or your South American 4 pundits back from the EPO. On the South American players no there or stadium. Tim Vickery cast him say he's 19 years old or turning 19. Victor Rice or a centre back and right footed. Assemble ko Abranti and Kafa no say. Ubetima catch me say or ye thin. Anybody no ho nya den enya de obetima be compete in the EPO but we are talking about a youngster see can aerial duels see emfa yeti say any ball e wiem or 3.6 rate perfect se boss num ekosura emu 3 ene de you can't pick it from that guy. He's 19 years or ba Manchester City waba bedru so City e ho atiro mu omu kofomu but you look at their signings and you feel like nipa was car then I want me here. For Rice and Tonchen. Mesa did not compare Onyambo EPO, but then compare the big guys in the English Premier League. Yes, because we are talking about a certain Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Akunate, a certain Ruben Diaz, a certain Jusco Vardiol. These are centre backs or more EPO. 2024. A branch and a percentage rate player or co air not on your boss are on your 66%. Jusco Vardiol see a kind of Man City on your 64%. Obeka say do asema kind they say over Brazil league any EPO difference so I agree and me say so it's mean a percentage rate now ahead of these big guys he plays at the age of 19 or below, or a teenager. So imagine contract was signing. Anyhow, it will help City in the long run. Young fan Tunchen, we are not talking about the head alone. How good is their centre back Victor Rice on the ball? So the nine Ekutabona.
Right,
we are talking about Victor Rice at the age before even hitting 19. No, Seba player wababa passes as a centre back over 89.2% successful rate. Centre backer wababa pass or locating the player either on the flanks or even through the middle over 89.2% passes successful rate. That's Victor Rice from Palmeiras at City for no. So if you're a City fan outside there, you have to club Albert break a crack before he will gel in. Where you are Branty say, well, Bobo no under pressure 89 or above for man 81. So Victor Rice, even under pressure, will give you 81.5% passes under pressure. He's a centre back. And one thing a key about players at Manchester City, etako scouts no reports from the Guardiola analyze it from 2016. You can mention the name of the players and you see that so we a ball playing centre back at City in Niger. So we a player which me ball right back at City in Niger. Who full backs which me said Intina Brenton did Zusko Vadio sometimes as a centre back, but we see him operating from the left flank and he sometimes gets goals for Manchester City. We are talking about Victor Rice. Analysis I was as say ni profile lokita no otimibo as a right back also. So imagine Manchester City without Kyle Walker. Now Walker a young star back. Now branch any profile no otimibo as a right back a Victor Rice guy no. And this is one guy or a centre back, but at the age of 19 a youngster, silver passes, progressive passes are the key for Pep Guardiola because building from the back end hallmark. CM Bonfrey Chile and the man of prefer keeper and Didi Everson. Who announced one, but he prefers a ball playing goalkeeper. The centre back Victor Rice out City Anyana squad no. Our ball progressive passes rate of 4.5. So each game or a centre back beer ball or the free to bet mama close to 5 balls from the back alone. Nina is successful into your midfield area. And your branch Manchester City Tony. And baby many Jibebre Manchester City. Omar Mamouche. So over Englander. Yebenya Egyptians are omubo ubetuma bo Abdulaziz Zizomu within some few years ago. Flamboyant people dominated here in Africa, but unfortunately omuko Europe and no masamba.
I think it was just Egypt for I think Trezeguet
mo.
Oh no, betuma
Egypt
Salah.
Yes. As a Mohamed Salah now sustain the standard. The Pharaoh in England. What dominate
because you'd say said ya butre kachre wa hande.
Yes. Very true. But Zizomo Yebenya Kukaf mo nyina akọbọ Europe no masan ba na bebre esabo Al Mazri Falco Ali menka say a bad club but that's the feeling they feel connected to their roots omu akwantu no de untan hu omu nso mbu Africa de bia omu hia brochi bebre Manchester City are getting a gem one guy obo no Europe no room rebi no Frankfurt for nya no 0% oman tua 10%. He was free because on the rising no. For you to spot the potential in Omar Mamouche, no, you need a technical eye. A branch in Ababe both team a friend of Frankfurt. About to the point of Yababe who the partnership between.
No, within 18 months. Is it 18 months or 8 months?
Yeah.
The rise is serious.
It's very serious. Each game
free from Wolfsburg to Frankfurt.
Bundesliga
to
City
straight.
And from Bundesliga and the investors in new team here. Omar Mamouche to score. Oh, would you leave at Tosokra, leave and Obenyami because Obeshe. He's that good.
Yeah.
He's that clinical. And he's very dangerous. 50-50 chances. So, me body way me atia say, Omar Mamouche no about Manchester City is not a small player.
18 months, yeah.
And me person otia say, City, Breno, he's one guy at this season, Kevin De Bruyne, in all competitions, goals and assists. Although he has been injured for some time, by De Bruyne or 8, Branson or 34. Ubetman for Savio, or a youngster, Yakoton, or also by no. All competitions or 9, Abranton 34, not closer to Mamouche in the season. We are talking about Jeremy Doku 13, Abranton 34, not closer. Foden 13, not closer to Omar Mamouche. Their goal machine in the person of Ellen Brot-Haaland 24. Both goals and assists, no. Abranton 34. So imagine bringing this guy in the squad. And my Reverend say, we are talking about one of the guys, he has the profile closer. And quite different to Julian Alvarez because Alvarez not me bob behind the striker Haaland. not me ye adwuma De Bruyne prayer no ye hu Pep Guardiola what the Alvarez ye adwuma no ama City and feel the absence of Kevin De Bruyne ye nya Brandt and Didi Omar Mamouche in that City team. So if you're a City fan out there, you have to be proud. And one thing, form rankings this season alone, players from year 10, the whole world, from November in Europe top 5 seasons, no. In Europe, I mean the top 5 leagues in Europe, no. Omar Mamouche is on top of that list with 8.414 ratings. The second person on the list is Florian Wirtz from Bayer 04 Leverkusen. And the third person, Alexander Isak in the EPL. The fourth person, Phil Foden. We are talking about players. So one more broad season from the last apps. He's up there. So Manchester City, something is bad. They will solve it along the line. But the markets, transfers, in the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks in January transfer window, that's a Manchester City. They understand that in this world, the standard normal setting in EPL, the historians will tell you that you need this, you need that. City Edisika with the brains and the tacticians are working so they understand the importance of going on the market to buy. We are talking about EPL. City struggling, no top players. But the Uniteds, the Arsenals, they don't know what to buy. They don't even know how to bargain for a player anymore. These clubs are losing some integrity. These clubs now losing some pulling power. We are talking about clubs like Barcelona. We see big guys that they want to crawl and play for the Catalan Giants. Manchester City, Ababe drew that level hobby because they've been very, very good for the past seasons. So Manchester City, although they are struggling, but psychologically, we are City fan now bonfire because they are dreaming. These players will bounce back. And it will be in time. Pep Guardiola with the transfer players now, Ebano, I think they are coming to fortify the squad once again. Tired legs, the 30 years, the average age, no more 30, no. Say Musisa, and the team will get a different oil, right. And then City will be back again.
My goodness. Now, Ocean, I don't know what you also think, but the 3 players that City are signing, what more quality or more they can wear then? Then, Miria, that's a mama touch on
the weekend. Odds are added to on medical culture say. A games are predictable. Na ya hwe takrem ni ayede ben ya predict. A solid 8 hours. Sembe kaya 8 hours nyame. Saturday a dia Newcastle bebo Southampton. And Newcastle here one side goes no be flow. Southampton in the EPO are set to record Basabi from the 75th minute here be poor match no. This season match be our home be our conceding goals be brave. Nti a 2 up for Newcastle.
2 up for Newcastle.
Yeah. This is EPL. You be troubles in the game, but still 2 up is assured for Newcastle. Yeah, for free one more. Still, we go to the Belgium Pro League. They are Club Brugge. Everybody coach go home. Club Brugge and so 2 up for Club Brugge. CD Lugano. Everybody win third time or a Swiss league no more. Lugano on top of the league win third time. You know, a daunting tax. So away or go for team and Didi CD Lugano and Samsona Wickham. Yeah, Wickham in Northampton Town. League One in the England. They are Wickham for a home team to win either half. They are winning either half at home. Very easy. Sounds so that next game will be in the German Bundesliga. Stuttgart, everybody against Mainz 05. This is the Bundesliga. And Bundesliga goes the flow into away or go. Stuttgart are winning the game or they are getting a goal. So Munya say go out there and wada. The next game, Paphos and a Cameo Tisa on Sunday. Paphos handicap 1. Greece. Cyprus rather. Cyprus. Inti Paphos, Obecha Paphos 1 goal. Omu also remember from back to Omu 1 goal. Mislo any bread here, any bread. Oya Paphos 1 goal ni we are Union St. Julius in the Belgium Pro League. Remember Biscots. No, I'm a Union St. Julius. Biscots, no Union St. Julius. Biscots are winning 7 matches. Julius good form, but are winning 5 on the board. Tiomushia, Julius are winning, but Biscots in history. Trobono. Biscots is sambo home. Oko apps no so in us number 5 hours. Predictably, a gamer, a mubedi in teacher. The favorite to win this game, Union St. Julius, no. Idea about 1 goal. No other until the Unya draw your term. And the next game, Real Madrid. Real Madrid will be playing against Real Valladolid. And Real Valladolid against Real Madrid. Madrid kwa away. Real Madrid 2 up. Madrid 2 up. Goes part near him. The next game will be FC Barcelona versus Valencia. And maybe say Copa del Rey will be meeting. And this game after Barcelona doing a comeback, will lose Portugal. No, a crucial game. Flick ya catch flex o man ni nimbre na league na slepe nti game we game a Lamine Yamal na Zraoui eba na Rafael Diaz below Rafinha mo be Lewandowski dia kokrea say chances but Rafinha ebe adwuma bi nti ya dia Barcelona so 2 up omo home yeah the next game Eintracht Frankfurt without Omar Mamouche omo Hugo Ekitike Mario Götze mo Ansgaard North mo omeye adwuma so don't go for win for them possible because they are playing against Hoffenheim and side that will concede. So the favorite thing for that game away to Frankfurt or go. Away or go. And the final game I had the Sunday final game you had the yes, you had the Gary. Unya Gary Sikanwa Sportszlatan baby ami will be ano. KRC gang. And my interest here for the gang Eda Belgium League no top. Well, Kwakobo against KVC Westerlo. Bayama gang 1 CD 99 pesos say enu mom 2 up. Any ama gang 2 CDs. And Pempi no team now your favorite your man all case yes am pacho kwa chiri kakra. That game we say no this game might be manipulated possible.
Yeah.
Because how come the informed team na ni sika no so sa team sira me mpa me ho asemunti the safest pick. Wo ya bosom kra ogi tum say we na safe. Bosom aka say we safe Zlatan yame. Ya dia ye che gang 1 goal. Ye be CBNC. And you almost again can you say nyame na me It's gang yaman 1 goal. And umpo no odd ni sign 1 CD 34. They said they straight tune or baby. So it's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
But gang can't afford to lose that game.
Goodness.
So these are my picks.
How many odds?
8 odds. Na utana humachi ya dia. Ubenya 9 odds solid. Adia tina fe be na sport ya sha say frame say. O metis. 8 solid odds. We green.
Gringo.